Good morning. Happy coffee talk. It's Monday. I'm actually very excited for Monday. I hope you're excited for your Monday. I'm drinking right now a very not typical coffee for me. I am drinking a Starbucks French roast. It was to be honest, it's some of my backup coffee. I have coffee that gets pushed to the back that I save just in case, and I'm actually out of my Black Rifle. So I am drinking Starbucks dark roast out of my Polish pottery coffee mug this morning. So if you're new to Coffee Talk, I always share my coffee and what I'm drinking it out of because I really like my mugs. And then I get into the topic of the day. And so one, it's not that exciting each time. You're probably like, Christy, stop telling us about your coffee. It's mostly the same. But I take a lot of joy in it, so I want to share that joy with you. And it's like telling somebody about your favorite cat or something. Like, I know you guys are just like, okay, quick, hurry up and get to the part where you're actually going to like tell us something we can use in our day. But whatever it is that you like, tell somebody about it today. Give them a little bit of, taste of your joy. And so my joy is in this coffee cup. Let's get right to the coffee talk message for today. I was thinking about gardening. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know that when we moved to Washington State, so we actually are stationed here. My husband's active duty Navy. I'm a Navy veteran. I was in for 7 years, but now I'm out. And my husband's still in, and we're stationed here. And this is the first house in a very long time that we own. So we could actually put a garden in the ground. For a while we were in base housing, we've rented, we've moved around so much. I lived at my mom's. It's been like all the things that you do in the military. And so moving here, I was so excited because I could start a garden. And when we first got here, I spent a lot of time in the yard. And then Washington State, one of the coolest things about Washington, if you're not from here, is that the most magical things grow here. Just blueberries and the best flowers and all that. I mean, it's just easy to grow things here. And so I started a garden. And for 2 years, I think, I worked on that garden. I kind of had some hiccups because I was pregnant right in the middle of like June. I had Georgia. And so anyways, the reason I'm telling you this is because I do not consider myself an expert gardener. However, I have an appreciation for plants. I have all sorts of plants around my desk, and my garden is something I've worked on. So with that being said, I want to tell you that I want to myth bust for a second, because when you go online and you look at the language that surrounds exercise and nutrition changes or diets, it tends to talk about things like, fixing you or getting this weight off for good in the next 60 days or something, those kind of things. And the reason I want to myth bust around that is because it gives the false impression that you can do something for a short time and that it's going to last forever. And now, don't get me wrong, you can learn things in a short time that you can use forever. That's fair. But in regards to living a fit and healthy lifestyle, so when I talk to people who are applying to fitme and I'm talking to them about their goals, almost always they're saying, I want to make some changes to my health. Like, I don't feel good in my skin. My clothes are too tight. My stomach feels like it's falling over my pants. I don't have a lot of energy to hang out with my kids. Like, yes, I want to lose weight, but I want to make these changes so I can actually feel good and feel confident. So people who at least I talk to who want to be a part of fitme tend to have these like long-term goals. I want to have this in the long term. I don't want to just lose 20 pounds and have it off for 2 weeks and then have it gain back even more. So, you want something that's long-term. But this lie is that you can have that long-term solution by doing a short-term fix. And that's a lie. And the reason that I wanted to relate it to gardening, or the reason I started telling you about gardening, is because I really feel like there are some parallels there. If you take really good care of your garden for a season, it's going to produce. You're going to see the you're going to see the product of your labor. Again, even if it doesn't like look like your neighbors, it's still gonna, you pay attention to it, you work hard at it, you take care of it, you water it, it's going to produce. It will look like you have taken care of it that season. If, however, you take really good care of it this season and then you neglect it for 3 years, it's not going to look so good. It doesn't mean you can't get it back. It's just going to be a lot of work to get it back. But if you want to maintain a garden that looks good and that produces, maybe it doesn't look exactly the same all year, but you want to maintain it, you don't ever get to stop taking care of it. So that's what I'm telling you about your body. It's the same. You don't get to do a 6 week Brazilian butt lift booty BBL class and have it change your butt for the rest of your life. It's just not going to work. You also can't do a 30-day cleanse or a 21-day fix or a meal package service for 6 weeks or 8 weeks and think that that's going to change anything, because it's not. Because even if that is an improvement over what you were doing before, and I applaud that, if you have no intentions on keeping that going because it's unsustainable for you, or because you don't like it, or because it's like eating powdered drinks instead of food. So if you don't plan to sustain it, then with my garden metaphor, you can see that it's not going to work, because essentially you have to continue to take care of your body for it to look and feel good. So picking something that you know that you can do for a long time. The nutrition changes that you make need to be extrapolated out 10 years, maybe 15 years. So think about it. Could I see myself doing some version of this in 15 years? If the answer is no, it ain't for you. It's not sustainable. So if you are like, I am doing keto right now so I can lose the weight that I gained last year, but I really love carbs and there's no way that I'm keeping them out forever, I would strongly, strongly, strongly advise you to not do keto, because you're not going to be able to keep going and do that. I mean, not even getting into a commentary about which things work. I'm simply talking about the false belief that you can do something short term and that it will result in a long-term result without any ongoing maintenance. And that is false. P.S. Maintenance that includes something that's unsustainable is also unsustainable. So for example, imagine you do one of these like diet recommended, super low diet recommended. I didn't mean diet recommended. I mean doctor recommended. So imagine that, I've heard this many times actually, you get put on some weird, powder sub 1,000 calorie diet. And then you're supposed to like step your way up to having some food, but then maintenance includes continuing to drink some expensive powder every day. That's not maintenance. That's not the maintenance that I'm talking about. The maintenance that I'm talking about is the original word. Maintenance being that you're paying attention to it, that you're solving problems, that you're looking for, places that need extra attention, that you're putting care into it, that you're restoring it, that you're your maintenance being you're literally caring for it. So that is how I want you to think about your body. I want you to think about your body like a garden. It's going to look different in different seasons, but if you neglect it, it's going to look like you neglected it. If you take care of it, it's going to look like and feel like you took care of it, and it's going to be ongoing forever. And so finding things that you like, finding movements that you like, finding exercises, finding foods, finding a way to talk to yourself, rewiring your entire mindset around fitness and self-care is the path to actually finding that long-term sustainable fitness, because you have to rewire how you're thinking about it. So take that today and think about it. Have you been approaching this with the wrong mindset? How long do I need to do this? Forever. That's the answer. Do you need to have a particular coach or program forever? No. But the things that you're learning inside of that should be able to be used forever. That's what we do in fitme. We actually teach you those kind of things. And so that's the sanity check I want to give to you. And I want you to take that, and whenever you're looking and someone sends you or the internet sends you an ad or something that is clearly the opposite of what I'm just saying, then maybe screen capture it and send it to me. I would love to see it. But send me the examples, the things that people are sending to you, these sort of short-term fix that are promising long-term solutions that I just told you aren't going to work. So send them to me. I'd love to see them. So before I sign off, I want to give you the opportunity to learn what I'm talking about. I want to coach you on how to make some of these changes last forever, and the kind of changes that you need to make that if you took now, it's going to help you look good, feel good. But if you do it in 25 years, it's still going to feel good. We are starting an ontrack group. So I'll be coaching an ontrack group. It starts next week. It is 4 weeks long. So I'm going to put the link in the show notes. If you are interested in learning how to do this differently and rewiring your mind so that you can actually start to make changes that are sustainable, then you're going to want to jump in that ontrack group. It's a 4-week coached program with me and a couple other fitme coaches, and it's going to change everything for you. So I'll put the link in the show notes and in the comments, and I hope that you'll join us for ontrack. Thanks as always for plugging into fitme Coffee Talk. If you haven't done so, subscribe to fitme Coffee Talk on your favorite podcast platform. And if you're listening on the podcast and are not a part of our Facebook group, then come on over to the fitme community Facebook group. It's the one place you do want to be on Facebook, because we will show you how to do diet-free, sustainable change that works in your real life. And I would love to see you in there. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.